All right. So we just got out of Rings. This was the worst movie we've seen for Real Talk, but I want to hear what you got to say about it.
Well, I'm trying to find words to describe how bad it was.
Well, the thing is we can't say them on Eagle Eye.
We can't say those words. But final answer, it was bad.
How, honestly, what's the pain scale on the face?
Dead.
Oh, it was
just dead.
So
the doctor walks in with the pain scale thing, and the guy's dead, and he's like, crap.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the studio. We're gonna get Tim in there, who's our guest for this week.
Yeah.
And we're gonna roast this thing like a Thanksgiving turkey.
You better dress up.
I'm gonna full tuxedo. I'm ready to tear this.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm back in. Really harsh Real Talk review.
It was a tough week.
It was a tough week. I had a horrible week, and this was just a little nightcap. I'm gonna take it out on y'all. So I'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Tyler Funderburk. I have my world's greatest co-host with me.
Will you take
Jake
those
Phillips,
silly glasses off?
and the guest of the week, Tim Garcia. This week we saw Rings. I didn't like it, but I want to hear Tim's opinion first because I've been told that that's the polite thing to do. So let's hear your opinion. You're a little bit of a filmmaker yourself, a cinephile of sorts. And I would love
You're
to.
good. Watch that mic, man.
Yeah,
watch
dude.
that mic.
You can't eat it.
It's dangerous.
You got to live right here, but you can't eat it. But what'd you think of the film, Tim?
Man, Rings, I got pretty much what I expected, so I wasn't hugely disappointed by it. I was pissed off, just because of the plot. It had me thinking it was going to go one direction, which would have been interesting. Something a little different for the horror genre, but it ended up just playing to all the old tropes and going exactly the way you think it would go. And
following those beats.
Yeah, it's just like boom, there's a ghost, and where did the ghost come from? And we got to figure it out. And I'm like a stupid, not intelligent person. I'm gonna go into the room by myself and
you're like yelling at the screen like, "Don't do that." Actually, I think you were doing that. I
was just like, "What are you doing?"
It just is, it's very unrealistic when horror characters are just like the most
That girl was brave.
illogical.
Yeah, they just bring the IQ of the characters down, like for the sake of the movies. Like this is the world of the movies. Everyone's IQ is like half.
Right. It's like it's like they're Simpsons characters or something.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, I was just so frustrated. There's a couple cool things about the movies. It was pretty average as far as like teen horror goes. If you're 13 or 12 years old and you want to take your first girlfriend to a movie and put her arm around her, do the movie move or whatever. I guess
like the Coke commercial at the beginning of every single...
this is the one to go to if you're like a teenager.
So for all of our 13-year-old viewers,
13-year-old viewers.
what? Yeah. All your 13-year-old viewers, he's condoning you taking this girl out. Let's just stop.
I'm just saying, like, if that's the target audience, so us, we're all adults. I don't think we're.
We
gonna
see
get much
through
out of
it.
this.
We see through it. We're all adults. That's a very large.
We see the stupidity of the characters. We're not like blind to it. Like we've got a more refined taste in horror. By
all right.
this point.
Well, you might be giving us a little bit too much credit at this point.
Yeah, you've only been on set for one day. All right. Well, we can change that very dignified opinion around.
I'm just saying, it wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't really like the movie.
Okay.
There's some people that will like it. I remember when we walked out, there is a family behind us, and the dad, he was like, "That was one of the better horror movies I've seen this year." And I was like,
How many horror movies has he seen this year?
I don't know. There's like 2. Just like
He's
yeah,
like,
I guess someone can.
yeah,
like
the
it,
wife's
you
like,
know?
that's a very low bar. There's only
Uh,
what is this dude like? Just a horror film connoisseur. He's seen like every B-roll horror movie that's come out on Vimeo or something. I don't know. Jake, so what did you think? I mean,
we could pick up any type of cinematography, acting, any of them. We could go on for hours about how bad it was.
yeah, it was just
Nothing was
poorly
executed
done.
very well. There was one cool scene, the reverse rain. That was a cool scene. Tyler was gone by that point. He wasn't.
Oh
involved.
yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I fell asleep during this film. I think I fell asleep a couple times, but that just goes to show how glacially paced it was, and then also that it was not scary. Like I could have fell asleep during the scariest moments of this film. My heart rate would have not rised at all.
I'm not like that. I definitely get scared by movies.
Oh, you should have seen it. Our director was like had a hoodie on and then like a ball cap, and he was like zipped up in the hoodie to where all you could see in his eye were his eyes. He was like completely encased in this, like as though that would stop any sort of physical harm.
I don't know, but I think he just sets up like that for every scary movie.
It was,
Just in case he has like the strings at the ready to be like, Funk.
I'll tell you this, like for horror films, I feel like the older you get and the more you realize that all this stuff is fake, like your entertainment value of the films is going to go down, not necessarily the quality. Like there are horror films that have lasting quality, like Silence of the Lambs or like The Exorcist, or I mean, I know that you have a couple recommendations of movies that we should see instead of this, because really don't go see this movie.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
Don't spend your money. Like maybe if it's on Redbox, like in a few
And you have
honestly,
a free
even then,
no, but
don't.
only if you have a
Yeah.
free coupon for that weekend.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
even. I mean, I don't know. Just
So what movies would you say see instead?
I would definitely say see The Conjuring, because that's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you?
yeah. I mean, I would say Conjuring 2 is definitely very scary, but also the Insidious. Well, at least Insidious 1, to a lesser extent Insidious 2, but like those movies all kind of have the same vibe, but they're just like really scary. They leave you with a scary feeling afterwards. Those are the type of movies, they don't just rely on jump scares. They like want to like
Get in your head.
get in your head, and when you go home at night, you don't want to sleep without the lights on. You're like, hello?
Definitely.
Is there someone
yeah.
in this room with me?
I would
Under my
say
bed?
if there is a movie that has scared me, like since growing up, since like being 18 and being like a legally registered voter of this country, and like a functioning adult, apparently I am now, I would say Paranormal Activity. The first one, obviously sequels, I'm not a big sequel guy, but the first one was decent.
all three of those movies came out around the same time
Yeah.
frame, and they were all, I think they did a good job of hiding the actual villain, and
Right.
we didn't try to relate to
Samara, the
Samara
ring girl.
is the ring girl,
Right.
and the whole movie we were like trying to relate and feel bad for her, which is like the absolute
exactly. And then
worst
she
route you could take, which I think ruined the movie for me. Plot
Right.
was by far the worst part of the movie.
All right, so before we go, let's hit them with the final scores, because we at Real Talk love our numbers. What'd you give it, Jake?
2.8.
All right.
3.4.
You lost all respect. 0.8. So that's less than a 1. This movie didn't even
That
get a
is
1
less
from
than
me.
a 1. Great job.
Yeah, but okay. All right, now I'm not very good at math. That's a well-known fact on this show. Me and Jake are gonna go hop in the car and review the movie.
No, we're going to talk about it. We're
gonna
not
talk
reviewing. We
about
haven't seen it yet.
We're going to talk about the movie that we're going to see next week, which is Lego Batman. We're going to have Brady back on the show. In the meantime, Tim, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, you made us dress up this week. He said,
that's
I
fun.
will not get on camera with you if you're not wearing a blazer.
Looking very dapper, all three of us. We really enjoyed it. Thank you. We hope to have you back, and we love having
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
in the new studio. So that's it. Me and Jake are going to go on a drive, and we'll see you there. All right. back again with the Sunday drives.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's just me and Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Tim had to go home.
Yeah, he left.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, so we're going to try to get this done pretty fast. As we always say, these take 13 takes, but we're going to try to get this in 2. 2 take Tyler, 2 take Jake.
1 take, Jake.
1 take.
I'm only 2 take because of Tyler.
That's very fair.
Anyways, Lego Batman movie this week.
That's what we're seeing, and I'm super excited. I think
Definitely going to be the best movie we see in 2017 so far.
so far, yes, for real
Which
talk.
is going to be cool.
And I've never been a big, animated movie guy, like, Pixar, DreamWorks. None of that stuff has ever really hit my fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I always know when it's a good animated movie and when it's not a good animated movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but for the most part, I like real stories. But the Lego movie was so heartwarming. Everyone played with Legos as a kid.
It was awesome.
It
It was
was-
beautiful to look at. Like, cinematography for it was fantastic.
Story,
Story was awesome.
great cast. And we have a great cast for this movie. Will Arnett is one of my favorite actors
Oh, yeah.
in Hollywood right now. And I've always been a big Michael Cera fan because of, Arrested Development, Juno, and all those movies he was in back in the day. And yeah, I'm thinking that this is just going to be a good, fun movie to go see on a Friday.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
excited. I'm genuinely excited.
Right. This is kind of how we felt last year for Arrival. Obviously, very different.
Very
subject,
different.
subject matter, but
But the Lego movie stayed true to what it wanted to be, and I'm expecting the same from this,
right.
And yeah, we're gonna see it. Brady will be back with us.
Brady Folks, King on Camera. That's the Tyler Funderburk
Yeah.
recommendation. So we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Obviously, check us out on Twitter.
Follow us on Twitter.
Real Talk AU.
Yeah, and the show's on Wednesday.
Wednesday at 12 noon.
Yes, 12 noon,
Not midnight.
not midnight.
All right. We'll see you there.